Cool. So, hi everyone. This is our weekly team call. Thank you for joining me, Anne-Marie.
Hi.
Hi. So, this is the book. I know it's going to look backwards because of the way I got the camera, but it's Beach Money by Jordan Adler, who is absolutely a network marketing professional. And this is an amazing book if you haven't read it before. You can get it, you can order it. I don't know if it's on Audible, but it's got a few chapters. It's got 24 chapters. We're going to be reading the first 2 chapters. So Anne-Marie is going to help me read it as well. So do you want me to read the first page, or are you doing the first page, Anne-Marie?
Yeah, I'll do the first page.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So we've got chapter 1, Beach Money, which is page 1. So I'll let you start.
Okay, so when I was coming up with the idea for the book, I told someone my proposed title before even describing its contents. And I said that the title of the book is Beach Money. And he said, "You mean I can go to the beach and still make money?" I said, "Exactly." And he said, "I have to read that book." The title says it all. So you may know nothing about network marketing. You may not even know what it is, but the title of this book got your attention. And that's what caused you to pick up and start reading. After all, who doesn't want beach money? Beach money means getting paid over and over again for working one time. Beach money allows you to go to the beach or whenever you want to go and get paid whether you go to work or not. Beach money does not mean working for your money. Beach money does not mean working smart for your money. Beach money does not mean working for your money at all. In fact, beach money is 100% passive income. So passive income is royalty income that comes in week after week, month after month, and year after year. So when you have beach money, you have complete and total freedom to live the life the way that you want to live it. You get to hang out with your favorite people. When you have beach money, you can sleep in or take the entire week off. You get to buy whatever you want to buy whenever you want to buy it. You can live near the ocean, in the forest, in the mountains, or in the desert, where you may choose to travel the world and explore exotic islands.
Cool. And it might sound like you don't have to work, but of course it takes hard work to get to the point of having the beach money. But is it worth it? Absolutely. But it does require work, right? Dedication, focus, and putting in that time. But you're going to do it anyway. Most of us will work till 65 and retire. So you're going to be doing something for that time. Why not work on something that can provide that sort of freedom?
Yeah,
so thank you for page 1. So page 2. It's fun to know that no matter what you're doing, you are getting paid. You are getting paid while you're shopping at the mall. You're getting paid while you're at the movie theatre. You're getting paid while you're out to dinner with your family. You're getting paid while golfing. You're getting paid while you're taking a drive through the mountains, and you're getting paid while you're wakeboarding. You're getting paid while you're sleeping. Imagine that each minute a few coins are being deposited into your bank account. I have a close friend who gets paid beach money. He was sleeping in front of the TV when his wife came over and woke him up. He said, "Leave me alone, honey. I'm making money." Let's say you like the idea of beach money, but you are not sure if it's for you because you don't know if you're capable of achieving it. In other words, you really love the idea of getting paid whenever you go to work or not, but you don't believe it's possible for someone of your background. And you obviously won't pursue opportunities that pay you beach money, and therefore you'll never have it. You'll probably be one of the many who spend their entire life working hard at a job or traditional business, and you will still spend most of your life just getting by. So that's kind of interesting, isn't it? How most people live their life. Did you want to read from there, Anne-Marie?
Yeah, okay. So if you're lucky, you will be fine. But if you are like most people, at some point in your life, something will happen that completely derails you. For example, you might lose your job or get a big pay cut. Someone close to you may become ill and not have adequate insurance. If you own a business, you might get hit with a big lawsuit or experience a change in the market. There are scenarios we don't like to think about, but we all know that there are times in our lives when we could lose our income and the bills don't stop. I have watched many friends experience financial ruin because of a drastic, unexpected change in their work situation. As you begin to look at the benefits of creating a beach money income, you see that it can help you get through some really tough times and also give you the resources to live your life exactly the way you choose, without the typical worries of living paycheck to paycheck. There are many ways to create beach money. You could purchase rental real estate, buy vending machines, or start a laundromat. You could lend money at a fixed interest rate and become an absentee business owner, or join a network marketing opportunity. The time invested in learning how to create beach money will be well worth it, because once you have mastered it, you are financially free for the rest of your life. For the next few years, you will learn the art of building and growing a business that creates beach money. There are tens of thousands of entrepreneurs, who have built beach money's incomes of 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, or even at 100,000 per month. You may become one of the select few who experience what it's like to be truly free from the struggles associated with linear income. What would your life be like if you had 10,000 per month coming in each month and you didn't have to go to work to get it? Beach money sets you free on this earth. There is nothing else like it. I believe you always get what you focus on and put your energy into. For years, I focused on making money in a job and working to increase my income by getting a raise or a better job. My financial growth was sluggish at best. Each year, my income would increase by 10% or so until my company downsized or slashed my pay due to budget cuts. Once I started focusing on beach money, something miraculously happened. Within a few short years, I had a small passive income that began to grow and grow and grow. Today, my monthly beach money income is 4 times my annual salary at my last job. I focused on aligning myself with opportunities that paid me a passive income rather than a linear income. You always get what you focus on and put energy into it.
Right. And look, even if someone's not looking for $50,000 a month, or they didn't think that was possible, they could still easily put $500 or $600 a month, or up to $1,000 a month part-time in, to have whatever they wanted, clear and free, to do whatever you wanted, because we know that there's rising living costs, in Australia. We know, like, even, we just got an email today with Herbalife saying that, the products are going to go up in a couple of weeks, 4.5%. So, and some people will go, oh, that's terrible. But it's like, well, it's life. It's going to happen. It's a lot lower than what a lot of things are going up when we see. So then we go, how do we use that to our advantage? It's actually, Eric Warrior would tell you, and Gary DeBravina, Mark Hughes would say, this is an opportunity. So how do we show people how the products are actually good value and budget friendly, and they can still have good health no matter what's going on in the economic climate, because it's important that you stay healthy when, there's stress involved, and there must be a lot of stress out there for people. 2, showing them different combinations of products that are still affordable and can help, they can actually factor that in. 3, showing people that, make sure they get their products before the price goes up, so that they're getting them at the old price, and whatever stock they have, they can sell at the new price and make more money out of it. That's kind of smart too. So, and then of course, showing people, hey, are there income options open, and then they can actually earn some extra money, because there's people always looking for good health and nutrition and help with stress and energy and all the other things that are coming up. We were listening to a podcast last night, and the guy who works with multi-million-dollar businesses, probably billion-dollar businesses, he works with Grant Cardone, was the one with Eric Worre, and he was saying that people, like, what's hot at the moment is wellness and nutrition and that sort of thing, because of what's happened in the world, and people have actually been affected by the injections that they've had are actually causing health issues, and people are looking for solutions because they've lost faith in doctors and things like that, and pharmaceutical companies that don't have faith or trust in them. So they're looking for solutions for their health. So if we're open to and know people that they can come to us to help them with their immune system and health and stress and income, you know, that's where the opportunity is. So yes, I think we could probably do an extra mini training on that, on how to take advantage of when prices do go up in your company, because some people would probably whinge about it and go, oh no. And, you know, sure, it's not ideal, but it's life and it's what's happening in the world. How do we find a positive in it? And how do we help people see that, you know, it's our job to educate people to know that it's great value still. So something to think about in the next couple of weeks, right? Yeah. So chapter 2 is Get Rich Quick, the Slow Way. So you may be like me and try to make money at a lot of different things. You may have had a friend ask you to take a look at a business idea involving recruiting other people, and you may have been promised that you would get rich. You may have had a relative meet you at a coffee shop and draw out circles on a yellow pad, calculating how your income will mushroom into tens of thousands of dollars per month. You may have read in the classifieds ads about a multimillionaire who will build your business for you. In the end, you probably signed up for a few different companies, listened to their conference calls, read their training manuals. You shared your excitement with family and friends, only to be told my neighbour lost his entire savings on a scheme like this, or only the people at the top make all the money in those things. You wanted to believe the promises, but each time you wound up discouraged with a bunch of upset friends and relatives. So in the 1980s, I picked up a book about network marketing at a garage sale for 25 cents. I had no past knowledge in the industry, although the idea of getting paid from the work of others sounded really appealing. Little did I know that the promise of wealth made it in that 25-cent book would come full circle, and that 28 years later, I would talk with the author's wife and express my gratitude. That little book gave me the foundation for a journey that ultimately led me to a passive income stream of over $1 million per year. But it was a journey, and it did not happen overnight. Did you want to start from that page, Emery?
Yep. Okay. So in 1982, I signed up with my first network marketing company, one that offered a nutritional supplement made from algae. I saw a young, fit guy speak to a small audience about the benefits of taking these little green capsules that smelled like fish. He told me, I was just like, okay. He told me about the health benefits of taking the algae. He also explained how someone could lose weight by ingesting 4 jars of the green sea plants per month. He then showed me step by step how I can grow my income into a fortune by sharing these fishy capsules with others. It sounded good to me. My 22-year-old marketing mind deducted that people reading the National Enquirer needed to lose weight. So I got a PO box and ran a little $400 ad. I expected my mailbox to be stuffed with $30 checks within a few weeks. Needless to say, my projections were a little off. I received no orders for algae. No wonder. About 4 months later, the founder of the company died of old age. He was already in his late 70s, and everything was shut down. I never saw a single check. Yeah, okay. But I was hooked. I love the idea of being able to share a product or service with others and get paid for doing it. I also like the idea of offering an opportunity to others and getting paid a small cut of what they earned. It all sounded really good. Next, I answered an ad from a company selling 3D cameras through network marketing. I love technology, so this was right up my alley. I went to one of the company's opportunity team meetings and got excited. I had no money. The startup fee was $100 and the camera cost $295. I scraped together every last penny I had to buy the camera. I invited one friend to a meeting. He loved the idea, but like me, had no money, so he didn't sign up. So I spoke with 2 other friends who said it sounded like a pyramid scheme. After that, I was afraid to talk to anyone. So I'll just miss that chapter. But well, there is a little bit there that I want to should we be reading that bit?
Which one? Where's that?
Because we're up to page 7. It's just, do I sort of like explain the story, or do we just sort of like go to network marketing next?
You can if you like. You can, yeah, you can read it. I think it's okay.
Yeah, okay. So I decided to get some advice from my sponsor to set up time to drop to his house. Okay. I showed up at his front door, which he answered in the nude. That's what I was writing about. His wife and 4-year-old child were also in the nude. But I was not too comfortable with the idea, which I wasn't too comfortable reading it. But okay. And he looked like Mick Jagger. Okay. He left his doorstep. I left his doorstep never to return again. The 3D camera business was not for me.
Well, actually, it wasn't the camera business. It was the sponsor.
It was that, which is like, yeah. But anyway, I continued to read about network marketing. I began to learn what to look for in a sponsor and in a company. I started to understand what it took to build a successful team and how to make money. After a few months, I decided to try it again. I met a couple of business opportunity fairs. There were top earners in a small travel company that offered discounted travel packages. I had always been intrigued by travel, so I thought that this one could be really exciting for me. I joined by paying the $100 setup fee and began to invite my friends to the opportunity meetings. I also ran a small classified ad to look for others interested in travel. My phone started to ring and I invited a few people out to take a look. No one was interested in signing up, but things looked promising. So I worked for another 2 months or so. Then the company shut down. My track record was consistent.
Do you want me to do the next one?
Yeah, you can start there. Yeah.
And look, it's, so this is why it's important, isn't it, that you find a company that's, going to stick around. And I guess that's the thing that Herbalife's got for it. So I've been around for over 40 years and they're used to dealing with all sorts of economic climates, including what's happening now in the world. And, and they've had lots of things happen, in their time. So, and they've still got through it. So I love that they've got really amazing leadership. So let's see how persistent this guy is, Jordan Adler, right? So at this point, I decided I would go the traditional route. I was still in my early 20s and landed a job with a small startup airline doing customer service and training. The airline had an entrepreneurial spirit. It was growing so fast that anyone could create a department and run with it. I started a reservation sales training program, training hundreds of new reservationists each quarter. It was fun and allowed me to be really creative. I learned a lot about people, but my salary was $14,000 a year and I had a hard time paying my bills. While with the airline, I uncovered a huge need. Thousands of young people wanted to be flight attendants, but they did not know where or how to get a job in this fiercely competitive airline environment. So I started a little company to train young people to become flight attendants. I did about 5 3-hour courses and charged $49 per person. My class had anywhere from 10 to 50 people in them. I started to make a little bit of money, but the airline decided that what I was doing was a conflict of interest. I got my first taste of politics and was asked to cease and desist. Around this time, I was approached by a close friend to join another network marketing company that sold basically everything. The idea sounds like Amway. The idea seemed good to me. Instead of buying from the store, I'd buy from myself. Could then refer other people to do the same thing. The company had been around for 30 years, had a track record, great training program, and a really compelling opportunity presentation. So once again, I joined. I was told to throw away all my negative products and to begin to order from the company instead. I was now set up to buy everything from toilet paper to car wax from my own personal business. But this time I had to spend about $10,000 on startup fees and products with other network marketing companies and had never made any money. This latest company told me to get on the audio tape of the week and book of the month programs, which cost about $40 a month. I was also ordering about $200 per month in household products. I told my friends and family about my new business. Not one person signed up with me. I was my only customer. I learned to listen to at least one personal development audio tape each week. Each time I got into my car, I would pop in a tape. I made sure to read at least one page a day from a positive book. After one full year, I had spent $5,000 and had no income coming in from a new business. But I bet he's learning and growing, right?
Yeah.
Did you want to continue on?
Yeah. Okay, this pathetic pattern went on for a total of 10 years, and even different network marketing companies. I would get excited and then discouraged over and over again. I have never sponsored one person or received a check. In fact, over the 10 years, I probably spent over $30,000 on my education. I had boxes of products, brochures, audio tape, books, and seminars, flyers piling up in my little bedroom in Tempe, Arizona.
So, when you think about someone going to uni and spending, going to uni for that many years and spending that on their education, what's the difference?
Yeah, certainly. So periodically, I would reread some of the training information and get excited about the promise made by each of these companies. I really had tried. I could not let go of the dream of having a large passive residential income that would give me the freedom to travel, have fun, and play all over the world. I had proven over and over again that I was no good at this network marketing stuff. In fact, every time I would join a company, my friends would mock me. I was becoming known for joining companies, getting excited, and quitting. I had a boss who would say, Jordan, you need to get your head out of the clouds. No one makes money at these things. My father hated that I was spending my money with these network marketing companies. He would tell me that I was being scammed and that they all are pyramid schemes. He said that I should focus on getting and keeping a good job. One year at the Thanksgiving table, Dad asked me what I was up to, and I told him about my latest company. This was a big mistake. We ended up in a shouting match. I got up from the table and slammed the front door as I ran out. Happy Thanksgiving. One time I was visiting my cousin in San Diego, California. Just before dinner, he pulled out a letter that my mother in Chicago had sent to his mother in Las Vegas, with quotations from my father saying that I was in a house of cards. Word was traveling across the country that I was throwing my life away. So as you can see, we're probably very much alike. I've had all the nasty experiences that people talk about. I've been patronized, made fun of, and ignored by the people closest to me. I have joined companies that have folded and spent thousands of dollars on products that no one seemed to want. But for some reason, I kept on bouncing back.
How many people would be that persistent?
Yeah.
Like really? Most of them wouldn't, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
But they would have quitted ages ago. So it's one thing for him having consistency that, you didn't want to give up on it.
No. So you put, I never gave up on my dreams. So never give up on your dreams. So in the summer of 1990, I needed a break. One Saturday morning, I took a drive to Southern California to go to the beach. I followed the highway signs to the beach cities. As I turned onto the Pacific, I caught a brief glimpse of the ocean. I felt a surge of excitement as I quickly found a parking spot on the street. Two surfers in wetsuits were walking barefoot towards the beach. As I stepped out of my Jeep, a pretty girl on a skateboard jumped the curb in front of me on her way to join the other skateboarders on the boardwalk. I could hear music down by the beach. I was about to experience Venice Beach, California for the first time. The rhythm of drums echoed across the sand. There was a pleasant breeze gently flowing off the ocean. In the distance, I could see the Santa Monica Pier and the landmark Ferris wheel that had made it famous in Hollywood movies. The sounds and scents of Venice Beach were familiar. A beautiful woman was playing the harp and singing into a microphone wired to a portable battery-operated amp. A small group had formed around her. A few steps away was a group of street performers encouraging tourists to come in closer so they could amaze them with their street acrobatics. As I walked past a few more street vendors, I took in the fragrant scent of burning sage. A few hippies were selling wrapped sage for $1 along with tie-dye t-shirts and bandanas. Bob Marley music was playing on the boombox. The scene was carnival-like. The sun was warm, but the ocean breeze cooled my skin. I was happy and was having fun watching all the amazing people enjoying themselves on a Saturday afternoon. I approached an outdoor coffee shop next to a juice bar that served fruit shakes and wheatgrass shots. The smell of coffee beans and the beach went well together. A mutt was patiently waiting for its owner to come out of the coffee shop so that they could go play on the boardwalk with the other dogs. I grabbed a coffee and continued my walk along the beach. It was a perfect day. I loved it. I wanted to be able to do this all the time. I could not help but wonder, what do these people do for a living? I assumed that although some were on vacation, others lived nearby. I noticed that some were just hanging out on the balconies and patios of these $1 million beachfront homes, just relaxing and watching the tourists walk up and down the boardwalk. What did they do for money? How could they afford to live here? And as I wondered these things, I began to dream about what it would be like to have beach money. What would it be like? And that's the end of chapter 2. So they're the first 2 chapters in the book. I hope you're enjoying us. I'll show you again. Beach money, you can order for yourself. Jordan Emma, whoops. So next chapter for next week, Anne-Marie, it's called It Rained on My Dreams That Day, chapter 3, which has got not too many pages. So we may do the next one as well. And you'll never make any money in that. So we'll do both of those chapters next week. So it's 2 more chapters. So I hope everyone enjoyed it. So we're going to finish recording. I definitely encourage you to take notes, to get the book. And then as we go along, there's lots of practical stuff in this book, which we do love, and start putting some of it into action. So thank you, Anne-Marie, for doing this with me.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm going to finish recording and then we can chat.